Start in 30 seconds.
And now, introducing Casey Carter.
I got what you need. I got what you want. I got what you need. Tell them giddy up. I got horses in the back, trunk in the front. Exterior red and that inside buttercup. I got what you need. I got what you want. I got what you need. Tell them giddy up.
Ladies and gentlemen, Casey Carter.
Oh my God. Why is my is okay, so here's what's crazy. Hey, I always before I start the show test everything. I run through everything. And one of the things that I run through is my applause. It worked before we went live. And now that joint want to act like it don't know what to do. Ooh. Ooh. Thank ah! Thank you, Lorenzo. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Hey, it's my friend Ella. Hey, I am so excited to see you, Ned. Well, God, 2 weeks? Girl, girl, can I just for 1 minute? Ella, it's just me and you right now. Listen, we need to take a trip. I know you take trips all the time, and I tell the world I am like your virtual travel buddy because in my mind, whenever you go somewhere, I'm going with you. But like, no lie, friend, we need to like straight up do the damn thing. We need to like, black girl mafia this joint and hit the road. But okay. Anyway, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. But I am so happy to see you, Ella, and I am so excited to see you in 2 weeks. Yes. Okay. All right. Now that I have like totally gushed over Ella, um, sorry, that's my friend. Anywho, oh look, it's Sabrina. Hey, girl, how are you? Listen, okay, so forgive me for a sec because this is one of those parts of the show that I really enjoy is shouting out my folks who show up faithfully, and Sabrina is one of those people who has been showing up not just faithfully but as they say, since the beginning. Sabrina has been shit, she's been on Casey at Night, and she's one of the few people who's been on Casey at Night live, and she holds the unique distinction of being on Casey at Night with me side by side out at my favorite pool. So I just want to shout out Sabrina for being that kind of special. Just saying. Um, and if my applause were working, I'd be all over that. Hold on a second. Let me see if can I finesse some applause? Hold on. They're going to make me do this the hard way today. I will not be defeated. I am going to get my applause whenever the fuck I want them. So I'm just saying. Anywho, ha! Can you tell I'm a little amped? No, you can tell. You can tell. So listen, it is Wednesday. It is my favorite day of the week. Almost my favorite day of the week. It's my second favorite day of the week. Ooh, okay, so wait, let me back up for 1 second. So let me know when and where. Girl, you ain't said nothing but a word. You ain't said nothing but a word. And I want to shout out another one of my favorite people, Duchess Cashmere. Yes. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta give it to her. So, if you don't know Duchess Cashmere, get up from under that rock, okay? She has been on my show. She and I have done little skits. Really, it, she allowed me to do a skit with her as it relates to her gosh, I don't even really know how to to describe or explain the
The griot erotica.
okay, there you go. That's how we describe and explain. Yeah, so Duchess Kashmir has blessed me and has done some amazing work on Casey at Night. She had an amazing presentation at Exotica last year. We talked about this on 'cause Lorenzo and I did an interview over the weekend. We talked about Lorenzo having to jump into bouncer mode on behalf of Duchess Cashmere. Because listen, when you down with us, you down with us, and we down with you. We become like your ride or die. And Miss Duchess was out here doing her thing, spitting them words, spitting them bars, giving them life. And this dude wanted to roll up in there and be rude and disrespect her during her presentation. And so there was no way Lorenzo was going to let that go. And you had to be there to fully appreciate this. But Homeboy went, snatched him up, brought him back into the seminar room, and made him apologize to her in front of the whole audience. Understand, understand, you not gonna disrespect us, okay? You not gonna disrespect us and then think you gonna get out without getting talked. He's lucky he didn't really get yanked up by the collar, cause trust me, Lorenzo,
Yes.
see,
Right.
Lorenzo showed restraint, cause that's how he get down, okay? So anyway, I'm just saying that tickled me. Hmm. Um, Okay, so let me focus. Focus. I'm sorry. I love it when my people show up. I just gush. I just gush. I mean, I got a few more people I'm waiting for them to pop up, but hold on. This system got some new features and I keep touching the wrong thing and it's driving me crazy. But anywho, let me get to why we are here tonight. We are here because I have a special guest. I have someone who's making their first appearance here on Casey at Night. And ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce you to my special guest, Kat from the Meow University. Hey, Kat. Hold on, let me get your applause happening.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I feel so special. Thank you.
my pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. Listen, now that I got it up here on the screen, I can hit that button whenever I want to. But hold on, let me see. Okay, so now the button is working. Now the button works. Okay, so we good. We good. Oh, okay, Miss Cat. So there are so many people that I have met on Instagram, who at some point, as far as I'm concerned, become friends, become family. And the Meow University, let me say it this way, the Meow University has been sort of in and out of my timeline, all over the place. And for the first time last year, we got to see each other live and in person at Exotica Chicago. And it was kind of like, finally, goddamn.
Oh man, I'm not hiding anymore.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes, Duchess let me spank her at Exotica. You don't know. You don't
I'll take you up on that.
know. Yeah. Anyway, yes. Ah, the pussy preacher. Wait, hold on. I got to get all these things on the screen. I can't. You can't. I can't let it not. The yeah. Anywho, so so Ms. Cat, you are.
Yes.
I labeled you as the creative director of the Meow University. What do you say? What do you say you are, or what is the Meow University, and how? What I mean, I don't even know where to begin with this question.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's a place of adult sex education. I mean, just giving it a bottom line definition. So I consider myself like a dean. I um, contract out my instructors, I contract out performers, and we work with adults, mainly here in the Chicagoland area. But the pandemic kind of helped us expand to work with other cities virtually. Um, I consider myself a dean. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. I like it. So, Cat Dean, the Meow University. All right, yeah, that works for me. And so what I've watched over the years of seeing the Meow University is you're always having a class, doing an event, speaking on a topic. What can people expect from the Meow University? How did it get
Um,
started? Actually, let me back up. Let's start with the how did it get started, because that then takes us to the what to expect. So let's start with how did it get started?
sure. We actually got started 12 years ago, April 2011. I was curious to see, what people's interests were in sex education. I wanted to know. I was a wife, a mother of two at the time, and I realized that what worked for me at 17 probably didn't wasn't working for me at 27 or even 33. So if you want to try something new, exactly who do you talk to? Where do you go? Um, Porn was not the answer. Um, Toy parties left me bored. Um, and so I found myself in a space where I did start looking for sex education classes, but nobody in those spaces looked like me. I felt like a fly in a bowl of milk, so to speak. And I didn't feel ever feel comfortable asking questions, nor did I identify with anything that was being said or done in those classes, right? Even though, sex is a human thing. Um, but with the Meow University, how we got started, it was a toy party in the beginning. The presenters that I had were very, I don't know, they were very thorough in their explanation about the toys that they were presenting, what to do with them, where to put them, sensations and feelings you should expect, different techniques you can use with these toys. And that was something that was missing from any toy party that I had ever been to. So at that point, I was interested in classes. So literally, as the toy store owners approached me with, "Hey, we want to host you at our store for more events." And I was like, wow, that sounds great, but I really don't want to do another toy party. As I was saying that, somebody approached me and was like, hey, you should call Angel the grapefruit lady. And I'm like, the who? And come to find out, she teaches, fellatio, how to do blowjobs. And I was like, this was like 2011. And
12 years later, and you've gone from just being this person who wanted to learn to now being the dean of me the Meow
oh,
University.
I still want to learn. I still want to learn. It's so much stuff I don't know, and I think that is what keeps me going because it's a lot of things that I don't know, and not to feel alone in this makes it that much better because I thought it was just me. Like, oh my God, I'm not the only person who, go home and want to try something new, and they have a jealous husband that says stuff like, who you did that with before? We ain't never did that before. Who you out there messing around with? You know, and I'm like, wait, I hold on. I saw something and I wanted to try something new. Wait, so I mean, I'm gonna put this little secret out there. Don't tell anybody else, y'all. But people have been lying on the Meow University for years.
What do
And
you
why?
mean? What do you mean?
So, I told you I said I had a jealous spouse, right? And when I wanted to try something new, I can say, you know what? I want to try this because I took a class. Now, whether that class happened or not might not be the truth, but a lot of people have used that, to try new stuff at home. I'm okay with that.
Okay. So in other words, I go to a Meow University event. I learn how to suck dick. I then go home and give the most amazing blowjob my husband man has ever had. And when he's asking, "Wha- whose dick you suck?" It's, I was at the Meow University. We learned to suck dick.
That
Okay.
part.
That part. Okay. But
I'm not trying to cause problems in anybody's home. With some of the techniques that we teach people, I always preface class with make sure that this is somebody you really want to be intimate with, because if it's good, if it turns out to be good and they come back and you don't want them to come back, I won't be with you at court for that, you know, uh, restraining order. I won't be there. I won't be there. You got to
Lorenzo
be careful.
says that Meow University is the cover story. The cover story class.
It is. It is for some people, but we do have quite a bit of classes that people can actually gain the vocabulary they need to have those conversations with partners. If you're oddly enough, if your kids have questions, now you have the vocabulary to discuss, um, have an open conversation, age appropriate with your children. I believe, I'm a Gen Xer. Um, my parents did not talk to me about sex, and so just for people to have that safe space of a open safe space where they can talk about sex is just, it's very therapeutic for a lot of people because they don't have to feel weird, they don't have to feel awkward, they can ask questions without feeling dumb or anything. They're like, there are no dumb questions. There are no dumb questions.
Yeah. And I'm glad you say that because that's it's part of the challenge, right? Of demystifying sex, whether sex is good or bad. I don't even know why we have to label it as good or bad. But being able to ask questions in a safe space and being able to ask all the questions, dumb, great question, that's stupid, like whatever however we view the question, I think it's great that again, you're providing an environment for people to inquire and explore and be inquisitive and get the knowledge they need. So thank you for that very much. More applause for you. Hold on. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we go back, we're going to talk about specifically some of these classes, as well as what's coming up next in just 2 weeks. Stay tuned.
Watch Casey Carter and her co-host, Carrie Anthony and Desiree, on Exotica TV's BoobTube, Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on YouTube and Twitter at Exotica TV. Join the ladies each week as they talk about what's hot and what's not on TV, streaming, and in theaters. Don't miss them, NJ, the man behind the sound effects. Wednesdays at 9 p.m. on Exotica TV.
What could possibly go wrong?
I think you only love me cause I'm poppin'. This a layup, this a rebound, then it's Robin. Tyson with the fade, not the hair, my hands rockin'. When I link with ballpoint, you know it's knockin'. I'm not the same. Thinking money made me change, nothing else to blame. Bougie stuck up in my way, singing Gucci gang. Gucci gang, think I'm Gucci Mane. I'm just
Sorry, I was supposed to set that to come back. I forgot. I just recently added that. So, let me just pause for a hot second here. So, Erotic Sky magazine. That is an actual publication.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes. Oh,
Okay
hold on. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
now. All right now.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Lorenzo. Hold on. Thank you. Thank you very much. Hold on. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. I very proud of that. Very proud of that. This is volume 3, March 2023. I am in this issue the Sexpert. I want you to see this. The Sexpert Edutainer. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. Educator and entertainer is, yeah. Very proud of that. And then also, I showed you the promo for ASN Lifestyle Magazine, in which I was on the cover. So that cover is now up for nomination for Cover of the Year at ASN Lifestyle Magazine Awards. And where did I? Oh, so not last year, but in 2021, I won too. Haha. I won for thank you, Lorenzo. I won Best Lifestyle Adult Industry Erotic Writer and Best Lifestyle Adult Educator. This year, I am trying to get that magazine cover to win. But in the meantime, I'm also being nominated for a bunch of others. The adult educator again, and the erotic writer, and for best podcast for Casey at Night, and social media influencer, which, by the way, Lorenzo is also running for social media influencer. So if you follow me on Twitter, you will see me run a promo for you to go vote for me. Voting is open. This is like pre-nomination phase, and it is until April 15th. And let me just shout out the Duchess, because if I'm correct, Duchess, you were nominated last year as well, if I remember correctly. And so I'm asking for y'all's support. I will be asking for your support for a very long time. And I appreciate all of you who have already voted. You can vote every day. Believe it or not, don't tell. You can vote every day once an hour. So if you ain't got shit else to do, you can vote once an hour. Okay, here's my other secret. It's once an hour per IP address. So for all my techie friends, I'm going to let you ponder what that really means. Anywho, we're back. We're back. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss. Yeah, we're back. And I want to talk about, Kat, some of the classes, because you alluded to how folks learned how to suck good dick. Um, well, let me back up. Let me not say good dick because not all dick is good, but good dick sucking, that's different. I just want to clarify that. So, what other classes, what other instructors have you had?
Oh my goodness. Well, my first one was, of course, Angel, the Grapefruit Lady, and that was before her video went viral with World Star Hip Hop on YouTube. Um, we've branched out into some of the BDSM classes because we had to, because the only thing that was out there was Law and Order, and you'll just see people in a sex club and then they're dead in the dumpster in the back, and then everybody like, oh, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that BDSM stuff. You see what happened to them on Law and Order? They ended up dead in the dumpster. I was like, that is not how that goes. So we got into some BDSM classes. We've gotten into classes about masturbation, different techniques with that. We've worked with Early to Bed, which is a wonderful toy store on the north side.
Mhm.
Awesome educators. Like the whole store is educators. So if you're ever in Chicago, please visit their store. You can go in there and sit and ask questions for hours.
Mm.
So they've, taught us a few classes. We've had classes on ethical non-monogamy. We've had Sunny Megatron and Ken
Mhm.
Melvoinberg, let me say that correctly. They've taught for the Meow University, and of course, Sunny Megatron had her show Sex with Sunny.
Mhm.
And so
Showtime.
right, and they were right here in Chicago, so
Mhm.
that was easy for them to work with us.
She was
Let's
actually
see,
the one who labeled me an edutainer.
really,
Yeah.
that's awesome. She is so much fun in person. Like I like working with most of my instructors. I will say that it's been a real interesting ride. We got introduced to the certifiable technique of bondage. So we've had bondage trainers come and do live demos for us. We had to break that down to like BDSM 101, because if you don't understand the basics of BDSM, it's like what happens in a bondage live demo kind of goes over everybody's head. And we're looking like, why is she doing all that stuff to that poor person on the
Right.
table? And that totally is not what, you know, I wanted people to see. I wanted people to see that with the correct context.
Mm.
We've done flogging. We've done different types of, well, we do have an impact play class coming up. We've done bondage classes. We've done sensual movement classes. We've done sex flex yoga. We've done some inner work classes that have to do more with meditation and chakra.
Mm.
um, just because I realized over time, and in my own relationship, that if you are disconnected from yourself, it doesn't matter what technique you use.
Right. Right.
Or it doesn't matter what your partner says or does. If you're disconnected, you're going to be disconnected physically. You're not going to be present in the moment. You're going to be, and I know it's common for, women. And anyway, we think about all the stuff, like you have this beautiful partner in front of you, and you're just sitting there like, did I start that laundry? I was supposed to wash the dishes. And, a lot of women want to know, like, how do you get out of your head? So we try to incorporate classes to kind of center yourself, to get in tune with your body, to be present, to be, make, because if you're not present, you're just doing the motions and you're not enjoying it. You want people to have fulfilling experiences, to be honest. So we do inner work, we do techniques, and we do you know entertainment. So shout out to Duchess Cashmere for definitely entertaining the people. She actually gave me a flogging during her show.
Mm.
Um, hey, I got some fans after that. So you can You said you're gonna flog me at Exotica. Let me write that down. I'm gonna get me some fans.
Step right up. Get you some.
But I definitely enjoy, the classes. One, because you don't have like we encourage participation because
Right.
you don't know what you don't know, and you can try it without judgment. Like
Right.
we're not gonna go, Charlene was in here sucking dick last week, girl. We're not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna talk about how much you enjoyed getting flogged or spanked or the fact that the whoever is the instructor actually pulled your pants down and you found out you were a whole masochist in the middle of class. Like, hey, some people, embrace whatever that is. Um, I know people ask me like if my classes are play parties, and not yet. I'll put it there. With the group I have is very prudent, and if I have students on here, I'm sorry, you are very prudent, and that's
Well,
okay.
well, and you know what? I'm glad you said that though, because I think
Yeah,
that is a very large audience of people,
yeah,
very large audience of people. And I think part of why they sometimes are the most reluctant to participate is because there's so many other folks who are very vocal and very out there with their sexuality and their comfort with their sexuality that it's almost intimidating for those people. And so rather
yeah.
than raise their hand to want to ask questions, they withdraw and don't. Yeah. Mhm. Mhm. Yep.
That would be me sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah. I genuinely think I think there's something that will make all of us kind of clutch our pearls to a certain extent. I think it's though not so much because you're appalled or disgusted. It's like, oh shit, okay. Sometimes
Yes,
you're just surprised by what you just saw. And
yes. I like
and that's
surprises.
yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I think
Mhm.
that's really okay. Um, what's been one of your best classes? You mentioned Angel, the Grapefruit Lady, but what other classes have had, great um reception?
Well, I would say that the class that had the most reception was Sex Flex Yoga because we
Mm.
actually had a very good run. The only reason we cut that class short is because that instructor was actually pursuing her PhD, which her graduation is this year. So I'll let you know when it gets back on the calendar. But as far as like my favorite, me that let me know and discover that I am a complete voyeur was the
Mm.
Bondage class
Ah.
because like that was what kind of sparked my curiosity as to like she is spanking this man. So like just to explain, like if no one
Mhm.
knows what bondage is,
Bondages. Yes,
it
please.
was started by a massage therapist that was also a domina, and she decided to combine her two businesses together and offer like a kinky massage. But it was not just that because they were offering, like sensory deprivation, so like we had to talk about that.
Mhm.
What the world is sensory deprivation and why do I want to do it? They were doing the bondage part where the person is, bound to the table. Why do I want to do that? And, like all of those things, the sensory deprivation, the bondage, all of that heightens the sensations of what
Yeah.
that person is experiencing actually receiving
Mhm.
the massage, right? And so, we got to see like because it was a live demo, we got to see the body's responses to these things. And I got to really be, this nerd, like, oh, look at his skin. Oh, look at that muscle flinching. Okay, so he's reacting and responding to this in this way, and then, like she's explaining this stuff to us as she's doing it. and the model, I'll put it that way, the model on the table had, headphones on. So as far as he knew, we weren't even there anymore, because he was just enjoying himself. He couldn't see us, he couldn't hear us. All he could hear, they have a particular music that they pump into the headphones that are like meditation type music. So he was somewhere off in like some type of dream space,
Mhm.
and he, so we can see the reactions of his body. She welcomed us to walk around the table to look closer. She would hand us implements and say, okay, you do it. And I'm like,
Ah.
"Okay, you, you know, so like I could, like hide behind the instructor, but still kind of do something without actually fully engaging in it, and because the instructor was as tall and gorgeous as she looked like us, and so people experience that self-identity piece with kink
Right.
and BDSM, without me having to hear that horrible phrase, I'm not doing that crazy white people shit. I
Yeah.
got so tired of hearing that. Because I never felt that way. I just think that the people who did practice it.
Large. And like so for me, that's what that experience was. When I was growing up, when it was me and my girl, we were cool. We liked to go here and do that. We did this. We whatever. And then we bring in a third person and she and I have this routine and the third person don't really like what we're doing. And so now it's like, oh, wait, we can't go out and do what we normally do cuz she don't want to do it. Oh, fuck. What are we supposed to do now?
Mm, yeah,
Drama. Drama.
drama. It can be. Yeah. Mm. My thoughts on it.
Yeah, your thoughts, please give them to me.
Well, I took it as, they always say it's difficult for, because in our community, 18 means you're grown and independent, right? And
Mhm.
we know that not to be true, but you know, they say those things like to say you're gonna want to be independent and do your own thing. You need to get your own place if that's the case. Uh, and so get out, my mom would tell me, get out my kitchen. All right, all right. I'm out the kitchen, you know. Um, but at the same time, if I was in the kitchen, she'll be like, you didn't ask me what I wanted to do. Like, you didn't ask me either. But I always took that kind of phrase as, there can't be multiple adult women in the same house. That's
and
how I look at it.
and that is definitely another way of looking at it because again from my mother, my grandmother in the house, she was super helpful. However, my mom
If I
felt
was you,
yes.
I do. I already know.
Uh-huh. But however, my mother admits to the fact that she felt some kind of way sometimes that she didn't feel like she was the woman of the house because she got this one over here talking trash about whatever. And the crazy thing is not a blatant. It was nothing was ever blatant. It was always subtle. You know what I'm saying? It was those
Microaggressive.
yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Always. Always. The kind of thing where the comments made, hours go by, you're sitting down and you're like, wait a minute. What did she say?
Yes. Trust me, I get it. I totally get it. I love that era because of women because I mean it has its benefits and not like you kind of realize what the toxic behaviors were and you kind of check yourself, right?
Yeah.
But back then, that's when you could get cussed out without them actually cussing you out. You know, you just like, did you just insult me?
Yeah. Yeah. So
And they'll
look,
be like, bless your heart.
okay with that. Okay. Lorenzo, I dropped you in here and didn't like, I just
Mm.
threw that in there. Uh how are
Male
you
perspective.
today?
You want to get the male perspective on that comment?
Would you like to give us the male perspective on that
Oh, of
comment?
course. Of course. A male, especially growing up in a Latin household, nobody moves out. So you may have a great grandmother, grandmother, mother, and everybody in that house that you're living with. So you'd have to get it from every generation of the female in the house. So they're definitely going to give you an order, that they're running the show. So you get to see it from every generation. And hopefully you had a younger sister so you can give it back somewhere. Other than that, you just had to take it, over and over. But it's very complex. And it's fun to just sit back and watch. You and maybe your father just sit back and talk about it, just laugh. Because with males, it's already understood. No matter how many guys are in there, it's all on the generation that runs the show. And that's just the way it's going to be. You're not going to mess with your father or your grandfather and the younger, son or the younger brother. It's just, it's just hierarchy is based on the generation. But it's funny to see how the ladies in the situation can really get complex with that.
Oh
So it,
yeah.
it, it is interesting.
Oh yeah, because we're always jockeying for position. Um Unless you are like a little itty bitty in terms of age wise, we're always trying to
Hmm.
jockey for position, trying to find that moment to assert ourselves. But
Yeah, yeah. We get to see it. We just sit back and watch
yeah, yeah.
and enjoy it.
So Kat, um, tell us what you got planned for the 50th Exotica show in Chicago.
Well, we have an exotic scavenger hunt planned with Triple X Playground and the Casey Carter Experience, right? You and Mr. Triple X have designed the activities that we're going to do. So we're not just showing up in a bus and walking around aimlessly, maybe wandering into a workshop or two. We're actually going to have activities for people to kind of stretch the imagination, kind of push some of their boundaries, um, push people to ask questions, introduce them to new products and whatnot at Exotica.
And how, pray tell, do they get more information? How do they sign up? How do they get on the bus?
This, okay, so the Meow University is actually offering two different packages. We're offering a lunch and transportation package. So for those of you in the Chicago area, if you're on the south side of the city or in Northwest Indiana, you can definitely be convenienced by the lunch and transportation package because the Exotica convention is at Rosemont. So Rosemont is on the northwest side of the city or just outside of Chicago boundary. So we just pack people up because the traffic is just ugh. But if you're in the traffic on a party bus, it if it's traffic, we on the party bus like woo. But the other package is for our people on the north, west, and yeah, the north and west Chicagoland area, the north suburbs and things like that that come in. It'll probably be easier for you to just meet us at the Rosemont Convention Center and still participate. The scavenger hunt will require a t-shirt. So we have a t-shirt design ready. You put in your order at the Meow University .eventbrite.com, or you can just go to Eventbrite and search Exotic Scavenger Hunt.
And we've got it up on the screen. Is it www, right? Www. Yeah.
You
So
can do it with or without. It should work.
with or without, correct. So um here's here's what's gonna be great about this. Kat, right now, Kat doesn't even really know what we're going to ask folks to do. And
I like surprises.
so the idea, like she said, it is we're designing it so that you can push yourself as far as you want to go or be as basic as you want to be. The idea is to make you go see, experience. That's really what we're trying to encourage is you get to the four corners of the show. You get to the stage, you get to everywhere. We want you to see everywhere. It is there. Exotica is one of those places, and I just did an interview with the producers of Exotica. It's one of those places where you can go and buy fudge on, at one booth, or you can go to the other corner and get suspended in the dungeon, or you can go to the stage and watch a stripper pole contest. Um, there's just no telling, right? There's no telling what's going to happen while you're in there. There are places where you can go get flogged that's not in the dungeon. There are classes, there are educational classes on all manner of things related to sex, love, and relationship. Um, and more importantly, nobody's making you do, see, touch, smell, eat anything, right? Like you can literally stand across the room like a stalker and just stare. And it's okay. As long as you don't look too creepy. Because if you look too creepy, Lorenzo's going to yank you up by the collar. But
I might like
see,
that.
there you go. There you
That's a part of the scavenger.
go. um, but that's the whole idea is to really just, kind of take your experience to another level. Last year when I met Kat at Exotica, it was, I knew she was coming in with a crew. I think I just saw her initially. And it's like, well, where's your people? She's
I
like,
disappear.
yeah, she's like,
We get off the bus, we do a quick orientation, and people go all their separate directions, and then I don't see those people again until the end of the night. So a lot of times I miss a lot of the stuff that's happening in and around Exotica because I might be getting flogged at somebody's station a little bit too long, and I might make it to one or two booths. I might make it to one of the classrooms before the night closes. I might be at the stage flipping dollars at the dancers. It just depends. It's so much. It's so
mm-hmm.
much to see and do, and so I let people kind of explore. And so what I started noticing, which is kind of why I wanted to do the scavenger hunt, is that my students would go, and some people would have like an extremely good time, and those are usually my already adventurous students. But then I got my prudent people who were probably panicking, looking for me half the night. I can't, where'd you go? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? And so I kind of disappear on purpose because no hand holding. You go over there, look, ask questions. Don't be afraid to touch the table. If it's a whip, a paddle, or whatever, you don't have to touch it. Nobody's gonna hit you if you don't want it. Don't worry about that man in the cage. He'll be okay. You know, you know, it's just go and look. You'll be okay. You'll be fine. It's fine. This is a safe. This is a safe space.
Yeah, and I think that if you've never been to Exotica, she's not exaggerating. You literally are gonna see all manner of things, and when I mean, and I kid you not, you're gonna see all kinds of things, and you cannot be surprised because most people are just gonna walk by the odd things and be like, and then just keep going. So what time does the bus leave from your pickup spot? What time do y'all shut down for the night?
Sure. So we are going to depart the south side at 5 o'clock. Why is it so early? Because it's going to take about 45 minutes to an hour to commute across the city for that. And the show floor at Exotica opens at 6. We were late last year, and I was highly disappointed for some of the entertainment that I missed on stage. Um, but we're going to aim for leaving at 5 o'clock. I have a different transportation company this year. So we're going to leave from, if you're in Chicago, we're going to be leaving from the Bronzeville neighborhood. There will be a parking lot for you to put your car. And we stay the entire time at Exotica until the show floor closes around 10:30, 11. So you still have time to attend other events if that's what you want to do, or go to bed. You know, I'm on auntie hours now. They be like, "Yeah, they should go out to this party." I'm like,
So Friday is ladies' night at Exotica.
yeah,
Ladies get in for free. They get in for free.
yeah,
So it also means that sometimes if you're not there early, that line will be long. First of all, the line is going to be there, period. At the
yeah,
start of the show. The line will be there, period. But the best time to get in is in those first 2 hours, really the first hour, because at the second, right here, you could have $49 by the time I finish this sentence. You see what I'm saying? There you go. You got ways. You got ways. And if you're a kind friend and you got little piggies like that, you need to hook up your girl because you want to take somebody with you. You should play. You go out with a buddy. You go to Exotica with a buddy. So I'm just saying.
yeah.
I'm just saying.
It makes it more fun.
Yeah, it makes it more fun. Makes it more fun. Lorenzo, you got any last words? Because it looks like I'm
No,
actually still here. It looks like I'm still here.
okay. No, we just
Mhm.
can't, get ready for it. Couple of weeks to go. It's gonna be a nice time, and especially since Kat came out for the cleavage cam and did her part. That's the least that you
Am I
can
on
do for her.
Bluetooth now? Did I get you the Bluetooth?
Oh gosh. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it when my guests know what we're doing. When they got the memo, they understood the assignment and they
Yeah,
come prepared. Thank you. Appreciate that. And I love the fact that she's got the contrasting foundation garment. So you didn't just get the cleavage, you got a little pop of something. Look,
Yeah,
little pop.
hmm
yeah,
Little,
yeah. It has to match. It
mm-hmm.
they match.
Little
It
pop.
matches.
Little pop. Mm-hmm.
It's a
I
pop.
like that. I like it. Anyway, girl, thank you so much for being on the show. I really, really, really appreciate it. I'm so looking forward to this. We will be chatting nonstop between now and then. Um, and I just wish you all the best.
Yes, and you as well. I look forward to having fun. I like surprises, and I look forward to that flogging.
Okay.
Look, I'm sure Lorenzo is too.
Okay, 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 okay. See? Anyway, all right, y'all. Next week on Casey at Night, we are going to have Jack Polo, or as Kat calls him, Mr. Triple X. Yeah. So I will see you back here next week, 7 p.m. Eastern or 6 p.m. Central in honor of Kat. And get your ticket. I want to hear Kat say she sold the fuck out, is what I want to hear. Monday, when I ask Kat, where we at? Kat's going to say, girl, we sold the fuck out. Okay. And I
In
think
that order.
yeah. And I think on that note, see you next week. Bye.
all right.